Have you ever watched a video and just thought, wow, that looks so professional? What is it that really separates that from, just a regular old smartphone clip? Well, it's actually not about how much the gear costs. Today, we're going to break down the 4 fundamental building blocks of pro video.
The answer is way simpler than you might think. Seriously, it's not about having the most expensive camera on the market. It's all about mastering a few key fundamentals and, crucially, getting them all to work together in perfect harmony.
And it really all boils down to this number, 4. Just 4 pillars that form the backbone of basically every great video you've ever seen. Let's take a look at how they all connect. Now, the key here is to not see these as just some checklists you have to tick off. Think of it more like an interconnected toolkit. If one part is weak, trust me, the whole structure suffers. But when they all work together, that's when you can create something that's truly impactful.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to kick things off with the camera, then move on to the real unseen hero, audio. After that, we'll unlock the secret ingredient of lighting, and then wrap it all up with the final polish, editing.
So, our first building block is, of course, the camera. This is the tool that quite literally frames your entire story. You can think of it as your eye, the thing that captures the visual world and translates your vision for your audience.
Choosing the right camera is all about matching the tool to the job. A DSLR or a mirrorless camera. Super versatile because you can swap out the lenses. A camcorder is a total workhorse for long events. Cinema cameras, well, they're for creating that really rich, filmic look. And hey, do not underestimate your smartphone. Its portability is an absolute superpower for that quick turnaround content.
But look, the camera body itself is just the beginning. Your creative choices are what really define the style. Do you need that crisp 4K for all the detail, or is HD good enough? Are you going for that cinematic 24 frames per second, or do you want a super smooth 60 for action shots in slow motion? And maybe most importantly, how are you going to keep the shot stable? All these decisions are going to shape the entire feel of your video. Okay, so you've captured these beautiful visuals, but how do you make sure people actually stick around to watch? The answer is audio. It's so often the most overlooked element, but it might just be the most important one. And this quote just says it all. You can have the most stunning footage in the world, but if the audio is buzzing or unclear or just plain distracting, your audience is gone. Good sound isn't just a nice bonus. It's absolutely essential for keeping viewers engaged. Just like with cameras, picking the right microphone for the job is your first step to success. A lavalier, that little clip-on mic, is perfect for interviews. A shotgun mic lets you pinpoint a sound source from a distance. And a condenser mic, that's the go-to for really clean voiceover work, just like what you're hearing right now. And beyond the mic itself, a few accessories are going to be your best defense against bad audio. A windshield or a dead cat stops wind from totally ruining your outdoor shot. A pop filter helps tame those harsh P and B sounds. And headphones? Oh, headphones are non-negotiable. They let you hear exactly what the mic is hearing, so you can fix problems before you hit record. So, with our visuals and audio locked in, we move to our third block, lighting. This is the real secret ingredient. This is what takes your video from looking flat and, well, kind of amateur, to something that's dynamic, professional, and just full of mood. You've basically got 2 choices, natural or artificial. Natural light from a window, it can be absolutely beautiful and soft, but it's totally unpredictable. The clouds roll in, the sun goes down, you know the drill. LED panels, on the other hand, give you complete control and consistency no matter what. The choice really just depends on your environment and how much control you need.
The most classic setup is called 3-point lighting, and let me tell you, it's an industry standard for a reason. Your key light is your main, brightest source. The fill light comes in from the other side to soften any harsh shadows. And the backlight, that's the real secret sauce. It hits the subject from behind to separate them from the background, creating that professional-looking depth.
And finally, we come to editing. This is our 4th and final block. This is the magic stage where all the raw materials we've so carefully captured, the visuals, the audio, the mood, get assembled into a cohesive, polished story. The software you use really just depends on how complex your project is. For quick edits you need to do on the go for social media, honestly, mobile apps are fantastic these days. But for those bigger, more complex projects that need total control over color, sound, and effects, you're going to want to step up to professional-grade software like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. Editing is so much more than just chopping out the mistakes. This is where you actually shape the final story. You control the pacing with your cuts. You create a consistent mood with color correction. You make sure every single word is heard with sound mixing, and you can support your points with graphics. This is where it all comes together. But here it is, the most important takeaway of this whole thing. These tools do not work in isolation. You can have a perfectly lit, beautifully shot scene,
But if the audio is bad, the whole video fails. True mastery is in their seamless integration, where every single element is supporting all the others. Think of it like this. Each one of these 4 pillars is equally critical to the whole structure. If you neglect even one, say you have amazing camera work but you didn't think about the lighting, the entire production just feels weaker because of it.
So there you have it, the complete toolkit. Now you know how to think about your camera, how to capture clean audio, how to shape the mood with light, and how to assemble it all into a really powerful story. You've got the foundation.
Look, mastery only comes from practice. So for your next project, where are you going to focus your energy? Which one of these tools are you going to set out to master first?